Morning. Ideal's leaving today. It's going. This morning we are going to do some vertical tilling. That's the plan anyways. Gotta do some checking on the accelerator here. Gotta change a few things. Plan on running this thing at full angle. Our accelerator is not adjusted from the cab. That is an option, but you have to do it out here. So I gotta pull some pins, move some gangs, and then we will, be adjusted. It being early in the year, lots of freezing and thawing to happen. Hopefully we want to run that pretty aggressive. And then it should mellow out real good by spring. A little bit low on some oil, so adding a little bit to her, and then we're gonna see if the batteries are dead. This thing ain't moved all fall, so it very well could be dead. It's not super cold, but it's not super warm either. I think it got down to 20 last night. Ah, there we go. We're not hooked up either, we gotta do that. Setting everything at 5 degrees. Helps with a pry bar coming here. Move that there, pin here, and we're good to go. See if we got our hydraulics hooked up right. To be honest, I don't remember, but this thing does mark it pretty well and tell you what does what. So we should be okay there. Pretty sure the last thing this John Deere did was run the accelerator, so our hydraulic settings should even be right. We'll see here in a second. I think we had a hose kick out. Just the angle set here. Yeah, we're gonna need some of that. We need dinosaur bones, but we don't need any government juice. Pre-def tractor. You gotta bounce along in these 710s though. They're a little bouncy when they've been sitting for a while. And this thing's been sitting for a while, so it's gonna be a rough ride, but we'll get there. I'm gonna take us over, get some fuel in it. I need to throw an ag leader in it. So I need to go rob the Gleaner of its in-command 1200. I need the steer command, I need the globe on top. Put some fuel in it. I'm gonna try to level up some fields. I don't know if that's gonna work. This isn't a land leveling piece of equipment, but that's what we're gonna try with it. If nothing else, this will prep that ground for a heavier piece of tillage to go across it. But some of the wheat fields that were really bumpy, we're gonna see what this will do with them. And then we've got some corn stalks beside that are gonna get worked eventually. It's all about that bounce. At least I think that's how the song goes. Well, that's fueling up. We're gonna pull a GPS changeover real fast. Gotta get the, like I say, I get my globe off top, my steer command, my ag leader. Doesn't take long, and that tractor holds a lot of fuel. So we haven't got to clean the Gleaner up yet. We haven't got it blowed off. The days that we were doing that was during deer season, so, well, to be honest, I kind of prioritized deer hunting over cleaning up the combine. Cry about it. So that's one of the things that we need right there.
Who dey?
What happened?
Not the Chiefs. What happened?
Was there a game?
Bam, bam, bam. Oh. Patrick Mahomes met his daddy.
Ah, that explains the Facebook memes. So Dad brought it back over to get my pickup truck, take it over. We're gonna leave the tractor at the other farm tonight. Don't think that we have too many acres that are dry enough to work, but we got some, maybe. We'll at least go try it. A lot of times we'll do some of this tillage during harvest. This year it just didn't happen. Everything was moving along real quick and just didn't happen. That said, we have done all the tillage before in the spring, but whatever I can get done now, I won't have to do in the spring. Just getting back over to the tractor. One thing I'm gonna do while I'm waiting on my GPS to boot up. Got this bracket in. I've been carrying around in my truck for a Midland radio to go in here. I'll throw that in here real fast. Maybe someday while it's raining, we'll throw a radio in this thing. One thing I do like about John Deere, their mounting system is pretty easy to customize your own brackets. Oh, looky there. You got a camera mount. So these fields are a little bit wetter than I'd like them to be, but I think some of these gravelly fields will run okay. We definitely would not be running these in the spring if it was this wet, but where it's going to freeze and thaw throughout the winter, we should be fine. I want to get some of this stuff, like I said, we want to try to level up a little bit of ground, and we also want to chop up this wheat stubble. Now we will come back here and strip till this wheat stubble ground like this. These are going to be cornfields. The strip tiller will go through those okay, but we always have more trouble in wheat stubble fields as far as row units plugging up on the strip tiller. So it should help BJ when he comes back in the spring to strip till, should help him get through this ground a little bit faster. Now we're not leaving any tracks, that's a good sign. So because this field is so rough from our previous tillage equipment that we used to have, I'm running a little bit slower because if I run any faster, I'll get this bar bouncing and we'll just make the damage worse. So it's not going to be quite as quick as it would be in normal, better field conditions, but I think we are doing some good. The ground's working up beautifully, a little bit of moisture in it. If we went down to the bottoms in the heavier dirt, it'd definitely be too wet, but this is looking real pretty. All right, let's walk over here and just kind of take a look at what kind of job we're doing. So this is double crop beans, this field was. So there's wheat stubble and there's bean stubble in here. It's straw from the wheat. That will actually hold in a lot of moisture in the spring, and it's just really tough to go through like with a strip till bar. So this will definitely help incorporate it in there, get her chopped up. Here we can see what it looks like after one set of gangs go through. Kind of, you know, turn over a little bit of dirt. We do have it at an aggressive setting, as much angle as we can get, making a slice out of that dirt. Back here we're splitting the difference with the second gang. Over here we're stirring it up with our star wheels, and then our baskets are giving us a smooth finish behind it. And then this is the finished product, and I think it looks really good. Enough talking, let's get going. We're burning daylight. After today, it's supposed to rain for the next several days. I don't know if you guys can see it. You probably can't on the camera, but there's a slight roll right here in this field. And that roll shows up on the yield map. The only thing that roll can be, and Dad has said this for years, the previous people that farmed this farm until we started farming here in 1990, they mow-bore plowed this whole farm every year, continuously in a circle, and worked their way into the middle. That is the X. That is where they would come and turn. It has made an X through a lot of these fields, and this one it's really pronounced. You can really see it. I know it shows up on yield maps. If I can, next time we look at yield maps on a video, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Right there, you kind of see it right there. That is a straight line that goes from that corner of this field all the way through. And that's why tillage is if you're going to do tillage, you have to be careful with tillage. I know some people think that you can put anybody in a tillage tractor and you're just going back and forth. Well, that tillage tractor has to be set right, and you can really do long-term damage to a field if you don't do it the right way. Not saying these guys didn't plow the right way, but these fields are still showing the signs of mow-bore plowing. They haven't been mow-bore plowed in 30 years. Now, when I say it shows up in a yield map, I don't mean that it's super pronounced or that it's like a huge problem. I'm talking a couple bushel difference. You really have to turn the legend down on the yield map to actually see the pattern, but you can still see it. the first one down. So we're gonna hop over across the driveway here. We got another wheat stubble field. We're gonna do it next. Starting to get a little dark. Luckily, we have good lights. If I can figure out how to turn them on. Oh, well, that didn't work. There we go. So I decided to come down into this cornfield. This ground's a little bit wetter, but this is about the only chance I'm gonna have to cut these stalks up before winter really sets in, especially if we get the rain that's looking like we're gonna get. This will have water standing in it tomorrow or the next day, so go over it. It's tacky, but we're not tracking it up. I've definitely done this way worse in the spring, so this could be as good as it gets before we plant it. Now luckily it's only 10 acres, so like this wet spot in this field, it's a big field, but only a little bit of it stays wet. So do this and then we will head out of this field for now until it dries up some more. Uh-oh. It was supposed to rain around midnight, but that was a few hours ago. I checked now and sure enough, we're about to get rained on. So this is the last pass. I'm going to do an end row around this field where we've started, or on the end we're at, some of the low areas, and then we're going to head back to the barn. Yeah, we got 30 acres of this wet spot done, so I'm happy with that. Wish this rain would hold off for like a week. Just getting her warmed up. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you would do us a favor, thumbs up the video, give us a subscribe if you haven't, leave us a comment, and we'll see you in the next one.